My prayer is that as I say this, you're not just engaging the chat box, but truly these things, you're learning one or two things. It's very, very key, honestly speaking. Honestly. Because you need to understand that if you're at a point where you are no longer comfortable with things, what do you need to do? You open your mouth and begin to program. You open your mouth and begin to program. That's why the devil will always try his best to find a way to waylay you to a point that you see. Once you stop talking, you're gone. Once you stop, you're gone. You're gone. Listen to me. Creation happens through words. Creation happens through words. Whatever you want to create, if you don't get to a point where you begin to speak about it, nothing will happen. Nothing. Nothing. I say nothing. There's a specific amount that I've been speaking about since the past approximately 2 months. That by 2030, this amount must be somewhere. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you leave it like that. But then I've been speaking about it, okay? And I'm going to state it here because by 2030, we're going to reference back to this video. 120 million naira by 2030. And I'll speak it into reality. Don't worry. Just come back here 2030. It will happen. Because I understand the creative dimension of words. Everything starts there. So until I am bold enough to declare that thing, for the universe to hear and begin to orchestrate and bring together opportunities to ensure that it comes to pass, nothing for me. Number two, words reveal culture. When an Igbo man begins to speak, you know that that's an Igbo man through his words, right? So that means words reveal your identity. A Hausa man is speaking, we now know his identity, all right? You go to UK and a Nigerian is speaking, oh, my brother, because his or her words have revealed their culture, their identity. Why am I saying this? There is a way people that are failure speak. There's a way people that are success speak. There's a way a poor man speaks. There's a way a wealthy man speaks. There's a way a sick man speaks. There's a way a strong woman speaks. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a way a spiritual man, a spiritual woman speak. The question is, how are you speaking? Because when we look at how you're speaking, we just know your identity. You know, no, through this one words. You see people lamenting, oh, there's no hope, there's no hope, there's no hope. It reveals their identity. You just know that no, 1 + 1 is 2. And you see, oh, the person is good in reading human beings. No, not at all. You are good in not using your words correctly. So you always reveal your identity. Where you are today is as a result of your words. There's no two ways about it, honestly speaking. Look back. You see, it's all about coming to a point of honest review, to accepting the fact that I am here because I'm the one that carried myself. Now, here's the thing. It is one thing for you to carry yourself into this level. It's another thing for you to allow yourself to be swayed into the level. Because if you're not speaking, there is somebody that is very smart and he knows how to position people to speak on your behalf. And whatever the results, you will carry it. I will explain. There's no money in Nigeria. 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 Over 200 million people have said there's no money in Nigeria. The words have gone up to the cloud and it has closed the heaven on these persons. But there are some persons that, amidst all those words that's been said, they are saying there's abundance in the land. 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 And it looks as if things are just happening for selected few persons. They're like, they are lucky. No, because they have refused for their atmosphere to be programmed on their behalf. They are taking charge. But for you, anything that happens, we will just be managing. Life, na small, na jeje. True blessings are in words, not things. If you heard what I said, please type yes in the comment section. True blessings are in words, not things, no resources. in if I'm to use the worldly standard, right? Just of the world, would you prefer so that we choose and you understand the dimensions to this? Would you prefer 100 million naira from Dangote or having the endorsement of Dangote on whatever you want to do on earth? Which would you prefer? 100 million naira and that's all, or having him endorse you through words that whatever you want to do, that's my son, that's my boy, that's my mentee. Which do you think is more powerful? Taking the money and leaving, or grabbing that endorsement through words? Obviously, grabbing the endorsement through words. Obviously. But you see, an average man, I beg, you can keep the endorsement through words. I beg, give me money. Give me money. And then you collect the money. It looks as if you're moving in cycles, left, right, and center. So your words are, we're going deep. Your words are a revelation of your hearts. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. That it is what has entered the heart and it has filled the heart up. It will now ignite your speaking. That when a man or woman begins to speak, it is a revelation of what is in their hearts. That how do you know a good man? It is through his heart he will speak good. How do you know a bad man? It is through his heart he will now speak. That's why the Bible will keep echoing, guard your mind, guard your heart. And what I need you to understand is that this heart, it is through words that things come into the heart. So you can look at it like this: words, heart, words. Words, heart, words. That's why you have to be very careful. Very careful when you expose yourself. The things you see, the things you listen to, it's very, very key. Because when it comes to the realm of the spirit, it is strict on speaking. You can just say, I have freedom of speech. How we say it though? I have freedom of speech. So you'll be talking anyhow, not knowing that you are programming an outcome for yourself. I know my right, and then you say rubbish. You see the rubbish, it's a seed that you have sown. And in due time you will reap. You may lack everything in life, but no words. If you heard what I said, please type 222 in the comment section. You may lack everything, every single thing in life, but not words. You might say, oh, Mr. Emmanuel, you don't know my state, this one, that one. I understand, but you still have words. You have no idea. I understand, but you still have words. No matter the state you're in, you still have words. The only time it's game over is when you refuse to use your words. But as long as you have decided to use your words, you still have power. That's what the Bible says, kings reign through their words. It is for this very reason, if you're somebody that you are the village type, you understand, you've been to the village, you just say somebody don't say, Igwe said. Once they say Igwe said, nobody questions. Even though Igwe was not there, for the fact that Igwe said this, Igwe said that. Game over. Game over. Words. 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 You must understand this. You cannot just be hoping that things will happen when you have refused to program the things to happen, because your quantum leap is at the mercy of the words you utter and words that are uttered upon you. But you see, the greatest is the one that you utter. That's the greatest. So. But if you fail to utter these words and somebody will constantly be uttering it, useless boy, useless girl, you are a failure, you are a failure. And then instead of you to be there creating that I'm a success, everything comes to me easily, whatever I lay my hands on prosper. And you're just there. Before you know, you're like, what's going on here? You see my village people? Whatever outcome you see, you permitted it to happen because you had the ability to course correct it. or you permitted it to happen. So if you're going to start taking charge, just type in the comment section, arise. If you're going to start taking charge, type in the comment section, arise, 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 arise.